Well, today's Saturday. It's the 5th of August 2023. The ladies are in there. They're going to search for somewhere for lunch, but I'm going out to investigate because the weather's not too fine. We came here yesterday and we went into this market and it looks interesting. So the girls are all in there with Milena and Anita's sister, and they're just going to find somewhere to have something to eat. And I'm going to have a little walk around in the pouring rain. Oh well, why not? When I got up this morning, the temperature outside was 11 degrees Celsius with highs today expected of 13. It's crazy, isn't it? And it's raining. Not heavy rain, it's just gentle rain. But that doesn't put people off in England. They still carry on. So there's a maker market here. Little different handicrafts. This one's actually a charity stall on behalf of the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds. And then we've got all sorts of maker stalls as well. It's certainly not going to do as well as they might have expected if it had been a sunny day, but at least there are a few people out who are showing up to give them some support. Oh, and here's a baker's stall. Oh, I'd like that one. Might have to come back here and get one of those later on. Cheers. It is a little bit breezy as well. Home-baked products, embroidery. That used to be my business. It's interesting. They've cut some bottles and they made them into little plant pots. There's another pastry stall over there. Well, perhaps not the day they'd expected, but let's wish them all luck here at the Maker Market. We just come from the Maker Market and now we're just coming round the corner and it's at the market. And again, they've still come out even though the weather's not so good. I just can't believe how cold it is. It's a high of 13 degrees Celsius today. Rum. So I'm having to carry an umbrella in one hand and the camera in the other. Not what I was expecting.
Yes.
Eggnog. See that's across the Atlantic.
You've got the website now as well. So the book as well.
And even the street entertainers come prepared. Got their own little shelter and their covers for their amplification equipment. Well, that's it for the Maker Market, I think. I don't think there's anything else, so I'm going to make my way now off to the Cathedral to make a video down there. I've never been to this cathedral, I don't think I've ever been in it, so it's going to be something completely new for me. Lovely red brick it's got, red stone, and well, let's go and investigate. Well, I really do enjoy a good cathedral, and Chester has proved to be a very good cathedral. Well, I've now met up with the girls and we're in Chester on the streets. The rain has almost stopped, not quite, there's a bit of moisture in the air. We're going to have a little walk, see if we can manage to get down to the river without getting soaked. Savannah is fast asleep, I think. And we're going down Bridge Street. We've not been down this one yet.
One of these used to be Liberty.
So quite busy. It is a Saturday. It is wet. It is cold. But there's quite a few people out on the streets. Oh, York Roast Company. Look at the wonderful buildings though. Look at that black and white there. It's absolutely stunning. It's like something out of a museum. Just nice little back streets like that. So that black and white building up there is now the Grosvenor Shopping Centre. Oh. Lovely flowers. Pier Point Lane. Looks like another bridal party on the go there. I've already seen one. Something we usually see in Magaluf. Here's an old telephone box being repurposed, so it's now a cash dispenser.
Hello, giving up.
They're nice. Put black and white buildings there. One on the end, one here says Art Gallery. King up there, to God, my king and my country. Here's the inscription just above. And just up here, got the old arches dating from 1274. 1274? Wow. And a lovely church there. Sick to Death. The gory story of medicine through time. Looks like they may have repurposed the church there. crossing the road, and the black and white building in front of us is the Falcon. It was actually derelict and repaired and restored in 1979 to 82. And all of this restoration work that's taken place over the last 100, maybe more years, is what makes Chester exactly what it is. Just such an interesting place. Well, the rain's coming down again. I'm going to get my hair wet, what little I've got. Some point in history, the city planners allowed aluminium buildings, by the looks of things, to be constructed in between the black and white timber buildings. That was a big mistake. This one seems to be called just the Old Inn.
Haunted Hotel.
Next to a haunted hotel. Well, that sounds like fun.
And then my lamp on the back houses.
Many of the buildings here have got plaques on which tell you a little bit about this building. This one actually on the corner was the King's Head, built in 1622. Stop.
Luna, stop.
Still heading down now towards the river.
I remember coming to the river.
Yeah, got some photographs of you by the river, dear.
In the sun.
That's not the River Dee, it's the River Dee, but never mind. It's called the Cross Keys.
You're right, darling. And under my umbrella till the raindrops stop.
Ready?
Dad.
Should we walk over that bridge up there? Shall we, Luna? Walking on that bridge up there?
Yeah. Can I go on it?
Yeah.
This is the Bear and Billet. Another one from the 17th century. I'm just coming now to the bridge which goes over the river. Heading towards the bridge here so we can at least see the river. Need to cross over. See what sort of an old bridge this is. Needs traffic lights because it can only allow one lane to go over it. And also see how high the water is. Walking back now, that's the road we've just come down. That takes you back up to the city centre, the old centre. We're just walking now along the promenade. A bit like being in Palma Nova. I did actually post on Facebook and Instagram or somewhere today the temperature, which was 11 o'clock this morning when I posted it, and with highs of 13 degrees. So this is the River Dee, and that's the lovely old bridge that I was standing on to do the video. I don't know if you can see the rain on the water there. This is a navigable river, so you will get boats going up and down here. But I'm not sure much of a boat could get underneath that arch, so a bit limited. Tree that's been washed down over there, the big birds on it.
How is he?
It's fine. Loves it on his boat.
Same as always.
Yeah.
Does he see
Something's
much of the kids?
Ooh! Did you get that?
Whoa.
Oh. Guess it, Steve.
There's two of them.
Oh, aren't they nasty?
Don't seem to be on the best of friends terms, do they?
Not bothering the other one. Trying to move them up that way. Horrible, aren't they? He's not budging.
No, they're not doing anything to this one over here.
No. He wants that log. Must be their territory in their heads. Well, it didn't work, did it? Good old heron.
Move on, seagulls.
I didn't expect to see
horrible,
him from
aren't
David
they?
Attenborough.
You wanna go with me?
So there is a boat running today, even though the weather's pretty bad.
Mommy, mommy, mommy,
So come to about the limit of his travels, and he won't go any further upstream, can only go downstream. And there's a police river patrol boat over there as well. And it's called the Mark Twain. It's got a roof on, so people are not getting wet, hopefully. enjoying the trip up and down. I'm guessing it's just going to have to turn around here. Or just a bit further downstream, the next one's setting off. Now he swings around. I need to go and catch up with the girls. Oh, it is just like Palma Nova. Look, they've even got the pedlos down there. Not many people taking them out today then. Fancy going a pedalo?
Pass on that, thank you.
You can pedal along.
Might get sunburned. Where are you going, man?
Oh, the rain, the rain, the rain. So on a normal summer's day, lots of people would be wandering around here, calling into the ice cream shop, the coffee shop, sitting on all the chairs, the benches, the park benches that are over there. Today is not going to be one of them. Golly. Where did you Brits get all this weather from? So it's, how much is it? A bit closer. It's £8.50 for adults and £3.50 for children. Under 5s go free. Well, we've decided we're going to walk a little bit further. There's a pretty bridge over here, so we might get a bit of that, and then we're going to walk up back up into the city. So when I get back to Palma, I'm going to have to search through some of our old photos, because I'm sure that I've got photos of Anita here in the 1970s. Yeah, that must have been right, somewhere in the late 70s, probably around 77, 78. Bandstand, people using it as a shelter, and public toilets over there, something you don't see too much of in, well, actually they're disappearing here, and we are getting a few in Mallorca. So there's the bandstand, and here's all the seating. The seating's all looking a little bit green and covered in moss. I think it'll need a good scrubbing before anybody can sit on them. And there's a path up there which takes you into the city. Lovely old walk bridge over there. Lots of ducks, just the weather for them on the river. And Luna's going to try out the bandstand with Anita. They're going to go up that way, and I'm going to go up this way, but I'm not going to leave the camera on all the way up there. I'll be puffing and panting and all sorts of things by the time I get to the top. And I've already had my orders not to slip, so I'll try my best not to slip. Here we go. Most of the buildings I've been showing you as we've been walking around Chester have been dating from the Tudor or Elizabethan times, but Chester's much older than that and dates back really 2 millennia. In fact, this is a Roman amphitheatre, only discovered 100 years ago or so, after some excavations, but now we can see exactly where it all was, and just imagine what it looked like all those years ago. So to get an idea of what it might have looked like nearly 2,000 years ago, this is a model of the amphitheatre as it was built around the start of the 3rd century AD. It's the Roman setting, and it's got a scale of 1 to 75. So it must have been rebuilt at some time. So the original one dates from before that, and well, it's just what you imagine, or what I imagine anyway, a Roman amphitheatre to be like, where they would have all sorts of things going on there. Here's another little bit of history from Georgian elegance. So we've been looking at the Tudor times, and just behind me is the Roman amphitheatre. And now we've got buildings which are built in the 1700s. So this one's actually D House. It was originally built in 1730 by James Cumberbatch, a wealthy merchant and mayor of Chester. Little did he know what lay beneath it was this amphitheatre. In 1854 it was taken over by a convent and girls' school, and extensions were added, including the Gothic Revival Chapel. The convent and school closed in 1976, and it looks as though it's remained derelict since then. It's a shame, because that could be a wonderful building. Here comes Luna in the rain. Looks as though Savannah's woken up now as well. Here we can see what remains of the walls of the amphitheatre. It's a little bit muddy down here. I'll just come round. And then just turn around, and we can see they painted on there what it might have looked like. And there's the remains of the old school that is no more. So we've got about half of the area of the amphitheatre available to us, and it gives us a good impression of what it was like 2,000 years ago. There's a bar, a pub across the road, referred to as off the wall, and that's because there's the wall. You can actually walk around the wall, but unfortunately the weather really isn't suitable for us to do that today. So at Anita's suggestion, we're going to find somewhere to go for a drink. Another lovely arch here. It's again part of the wall, and this is the Roman gardens just in here. Just like Granddad video in the gardens. So the original name of Chester was actually Diva. And there we can see some magnificent columns, what remains of them, but it just gives you the feel for the grandeur that was here all those years ago. Well, Anita went into the shop here, the charity shop, and I stood outside just having a look in the window to see what they got, and I spotted something, so I dashed in. They got 3, 2 of them brand new, so I bought all 3. They'll do for someone back home in Mallorca. And Luna has got a doll, a new doll. Wow. And a pussycat. Oh, we've just popped in and had a coffee, and now we're on our way back towards the car. But we've come out through the Grosvenor shopping centre, and well, this part of it is really sort of, I don't know how you describe it, but nice. Getting to that time of the day when the shops are actually closing anyway, so quite a few of these places have already closed. And we come out onto one of the rows. So we're on the upper level, so we've got the lower level down there and the upper level here. Well, we've had a lovely day in Chester, done different things, and I've certainly enjoyed going to the Cathedral. The ladies have enjoyed going around the shops. They had a nice lunch. I had a sausage roll, but it was the best sausage roll ever. And we've been down to the river, and been a perfect day really, other than the weather. But there's a bright thing in the sky at the moment, so I'm guessing there's a rainbow somewhere because it's piddling down. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye for now.